and we have returned. I'm trying to find a fancy way to say we're back, but I can't.
Trying to find it.
Oh, because you've trademarked it, haven't you? So yeah, we're back, and during that, of course, we're talking about all sorts of stuff. Interesting. I mean, you guys are influenced heavily by the 80s stuff, yeah?
Oh, you're breaking up, Niall, you there?
Yeah.
I think.
We're heavily influenced by the 80s stuff. Like, it is what we grew up on, but it's not solely what the band is about. Like, we don't want to be an 80s throwback band. We want to be something. We want to have something else to offer as well as their influence of Van Halen and Def Leppard and all. We listen to bands like, Airborne and Hardcore Superstar, Reckless Love. You look for inspiration from what's popular at the moment in the genre that you're playing. You don't want to be solely just a copycat band. The record companies aren't going to dig it. They're not going to want a throwback band. They want somebody that can offer something new, something fresh. But so it's good to take influence from a few different generations of hard rock or glam rock, whatever you call it.
Yeah, well, that's always something I would look for. I mean, my tired old adage of something that's influenced by, stuff from, say, 80s, 90s, but offers something new and brings something new to the table. But, of course, that question came initially from, I think, your friend Mick Elliott is in the chat room, who has the Guns N' Roses tattoo. And then we just started talking about the 80s, Guns N' Roses, and all sorts of mad stuff during that. So that's basically where that question came from.
However, we all agree that Axl is a dick.
Miles Kennedy should tour with Guns N' Roses. I mean, that's,
Yeah, I'd go with that, yeah. I'd rather see Miles Kennedy and all the other members than never see any sort of reunion, but Axl's one of the idols as well. As much as he can be a dick, I'd love to see just the originals. Just cut the crap, cut to the chase, and just even a one-off show. Just one-off show. Somewhere huge where you can get like 1 million people to it.
I suppose I could schedule it for 10, but tell Axl it's on at 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a bit like Lee's shows. It's scheduled for 8, but we tell people to start at 7 because people tune in that late.
There'll be more people in the chat after the next half hour than there is now. You can bet on it.
There'll be somebody coming in at 9:30 saying, "Did I miss the special?" There's always 2 every week. But yeah, your friend Mick, and of course, any of you guys have any questions in the chat that we're not, going to be, or we're not covering here that I haven't thought of saying or whatever. If you guys want to ask anything, let me know in the chat. The guys aren't going to be here, unfortunately. So
I might be there. I might be there from about 9:30.
No, we're not going to be in the chat.
No, we're not.
Right.
Yeah, so you'll have to type it in the chat, and we'll relay it, guys.
Yeah. So wherever questions comes up in the chat, we're more than happy to ask to answer.
Well, the next track I'm going to play is "Get It On." Of course, 4 of the tracks I'm playing, like I said, are from your EP.
Yeah, this is a classic T-Rex cover, not.
That's Tom Mark Bolan. Yeah, this is one of the. This is probably my favourite song from the EP. Get It On. It's we'd like to dedicate it to Mick while he's listening because I know it's one of his favourite tracks as well. And so get ready to headbang.
And get it on.
Yeah, get it on.
Get it.
Yeah.
And we're back. We are back on air.
Yeah, we're on air. We were just talking about Steel Panther, weren't we? But we're going to mention that later, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll mention it later. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. So, your friend. Who was that again? Pete had a question. Yeah. What's when are you going to embrace the rat?
We're always embracing the rat. But that Brew's favourite hair metal band is Rat, who we also like, some Stephen Percy, I believe, the lead singer of Rat got kicked out again the last couple of weeks, I think. From what I believe, he's been kicked out of Rat for like the 100th time again, so I think
it's a weekly occurrence type thing then.
Yeah, he has LSD like Axl, lead singer's disease. He becomes a dick every now and again. Get the fuck out.
Lead singer's disease.
Well, we're going to have to keep this entertained because someone's complaining that they're missing EastEnders for this. So.
Oh God! It's on again at 10 o'clock. Shit.
What time does EastEnders end?
I don't know.
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough.
Any idea? We've just got to make sure that we keep mumbling on so he misses the entire thing and do him a real favour.
Do him a favour.
Well, Niall has his drums there. He might play the song at the end.
Oh yeah, and do you guys wear spandex on stage?
Say again?
Do you guys wear spandex then?
I've worn spandex in the past now, but I've retired them to the back of the wardrobe. Then when they let that go. I suppose like every spandex has its day, and once had theirs. It's back to blue jeans and black jeans now.
yeah, Pete, you and me would never get away with wearing spandex, sure.
I'd look hilarious.
I kind of find it embarrassing, when you can see right through the spandex, and there's especially a cold day. It's kind of like
it's always a cold day for Tony.
Unless you've got a metal cock.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he's here anymore, but yeah, well, I guess all the bands in the 80s. Here, you supported some pretty big sort of 80s bands in your time. Did they wear the spandex?
I think they also had retired their spandex. We opened up for Faster Pussycat last July up in Belfast, up in Voodoo in Belfast.
Yeah, great venue.
Yep.
Yeah, an awesome venue. We played with Maverick as well, a band based up in Belfast. Really cool band.
Mm-hmm.
A band doing what we're kind of doing as well. The same idea.
Yeah.
And get to open up for Fast and Pussycat. They're a band I've been listening to since I was a kid, and to be backstage at Tammy Downs drinking a beer was a little bit surreal. It was just like, what the hell is going on here?
I'm down there, guys. As well.
Yeah, all pretty cool guys. Yeah. They used all their equipment as well. They used their guitars. I think they were pretty smashed by the time they got here. So they used their guitars and used Mavericks amps, and it was a pretty mayhem day. We had a coach full of people coming to us from Dublin and up to the gig, and it was really, really cool. Just a party bus with you name it. Any band that's ever used Hairspray getting played on the way up and all the way back with boxes of beers. It was really cool. And as well as Faster Pussycat, we've opened up for former Mama's Boys lead guitarist Pat McManus on a few occasions.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Pat's an absolute gentleman. Now, you'll never meet a bigger gentleman. Complete opposite end of the scale. The Faster Pussycat party animals to Pat McManus, absolute 100% professional, unbelievable musician. He plays like mandolin, acoustic guitar, lead guitar, violin, fiddle, you name it, and he goes to the old Mama's Boys stuff and Neil and the Groove, and plays his own stuff, which is really cool. Has kind of a country edge to some of it. And
John Corabi.
We've opened, John Corabi. Maybe Jerry, you want to tell him about that?
Yeah, we opened for John Corabi and The Point in Dublin. That's pretty cool. He's a lovely guy to meet. Real sound, gave us some good advice.
Yeah.
The acoustic stuff he's doing now is brilliant as well.
Yeah, he was on an acoustic tour, so it wouldn't have made sense if we went on and done a full metal gig and then him come on with his acoustic. So we actually we actually done a full acoustic gig as well. We turned all our songs from electric to acoustic, so it was a bit like that kind of Bon Jovi 1989 MTV Awards, where we kind of stripped everything down, and it made for interesting work for us, and it made for a really good gig. There's actually some videos on YouTube of that gig if you put in Stone Trigger John Corabi, and there's been a couple of other decent gigs like that we've played, but they'd be the most notorious artists that we've opened up for so far.
Great stuff.
And I sang with Half a Whitesnake once.
Oh, cool. So, in your short time, you've been around them. Yeah,
we've tried to, a lot of bands like to hang around the little rock bars and play every night of the week and really go nowhere. Whereas if you're a band with some ambition, you've got to aim high. Like if there's anybody out there wants to book us, add us on Facebook, send us a message. We always want to aim a little bit higher. We want to get higher every time we play a gig. We want to do a bigger gig and a bigger gig. We want to open up for the bigger bands. We definitely feel we're good enough for it, and we're a band that's well ahead of its target. Say, like, you know, some bands that after a few years are just happy being established in one bar, but we've made a name for ourselves.
A band with a plan.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we're getting a lot of good feedback from the States, from the UK, you know, from Germany, from Sweden. You know, we just need somebody to bite. You know, we have the hook in the water. We just need one of those fish to bite. And
yeah, just keep working at it.
Yeah, just keep going. I mean,
opportunity is all we need.
Because your new track, "Rattle Your Bones," that we're going to finish off with at the end of the show. I mean, that's got pretty good reviews. Like,
yeah, it has, and
very positive so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, like, we have songs that are as good, if not better, that people haven't heard yet. You know, and I'm looking forward to people hearing those as well, and seeing what they think of those. Because and sometimes there's a song where you kind of think, yeah, it's good, it's probably not the best, and people hear it and they like it, you know, and it has that kind of Led Zeppelin kind of, you know, the fans kind of choose what the hits are. You know what I mean? I love that aspect of it as well.
Yeah.
Just like a lot, like Smoke on the Water. They never thought that song maybe didn't make the album, and it ended up being their biggest hit. Yeah.
And some people wish it never did.
You what?
Some people wish it never did.
Yeah, well, that's true as well. But, like, you know, that's one of those songs you probably skip on your iPad. You've heard it so many times, but at the same time, it was a huge hit. So
yeah,
gotta dig that.
Well, we'll play another track anyway. And this one's "Cry On." It's got a slightly different feel to it than the rest, but
No, we've lost you.
what?
Oh.
Anyway, we're going to continue on with "Cry On." This is a ballad from Stone Trigger.
The leg opener.
The leg opener.
It's the leg opener.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Andy.
And we're back.
I just thought I'd slide that in there.
Yes, hello. Hello, Andy. Just
Right, dude.
Okay, get some water going. I'll shut up now.
Hey, Andy. Yep, Andy. I think it's Andy Price. Just Andy being the common name. I think it's Andy Price. But welcome. And it's competition time now, by the way. Tommy, I'll hand it to you.
Yeah, we have an EP to give away to one of the listeners.
And what do they have to do?
If you go over to the Stone Trigger Facebook page, that's facebook.com/Stone Trigger. We've put a picture of a Stone Trigger Easter bunny, because Easter is the next bank holiday. So it's a special Stone Trigger Easter bunny. And what we want you to do is caption the picture. The best caption wins a signed copy of our EP, Set in Stone.
Don't forget to click like.
Best caption, guys.
Excellent. So there you go. That'll be everybody scurrying over now to see. Oh yeah, by the way, a question in the chat about the song "Rattle Your Bones." What's it all about?
Rattle Your Bones is about, you know, when you go to a show and you're in the front row of a you know, really like a Kiss concert or a Van Halen concert or Bon Jovi or Guns N' Roses, and you feel the bass drum kicking in, the bass guitar rattles your chest.
Yes.
And you just rattles your bones. That's exactly what it's about. It's about the experience of being on the front row of a stage, listening to your favourite rock show, and it's also about the buzz that you get while you're on stage and you feel it's the same thing, and about expressing your love of rock and roll. And that's what it's about. It's about rattling your bones, getting out and kicking some ass.
There you go. There's your answer, sir.
By the lead drummer.
Yeah, Niall, the lead drummer, is here, and he is the best drummer in Stone Trigger as well.
Yeah. Some might say.
Apparently so. It's a lucrative band.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, Niall? You haven't said much yet.
What?
Being the best drummer in the band.
Well, somebody has to be for a start. Otherwise, we know kind of backbone of Stone Trigger. So you think great with a laptop before now.
You what?
We had a laptop before now. He's pretty good.
Yeah, couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I love. Like when you go to a big gig, you know that thud of the kick drum. Like when you do feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. Or even before the band comes on, you know, the drum tech gets on.
Yeah.
Gives out,
yeah.
And you go, oh, here we go. We're getting ready. Let's rock.
The countdown is on. Yeah.
That's exactly. And it doesn't matter if you're in a venue the size of your living room, or if you're in, you know, Crow Park, or if you're in Wembley Stadium. It's the same buzz. It's that same boom, boom, boom that you're hearing. You know, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's what Radio Bone was about.
Oh, and of course you've got Lynn here with us, and she's monitoring the chat room. Any more questions in the chat for the guys?
I've tried to post the Facebook link up in the chat, but it's blocked by the chat itself. But of course, if you just type in Stone Trigger, one word, in Facebook, that'll get you to the page. And of course, you can enter the competition then by coming up with the best slogan, is it?
Yeah. Best caption, yeah, absolutely.
Yep, for that particular picture. So move your asses, get across there, come up with something really, really clever before I get there. Because mine will be a killer, of course.
Oh, Pete, sorry, I hate to break it to you, but you're not allowed to enter.
Well, that'd be all right.
You can still caption it, though. We're just dying to see what people's going to say about that one. We had the first picture to post, but no, it wouldn't let us. No.
Oh, well, sure. But, yeah.
Oh, what a sweet little bunny.
Yeah, just here, Mick Hucknall from Simply Red was arrested today for raping a rabbit.
No.
Yeah, police said he was holding back the ears.
But Niall, do you not have your drum kit with you, know?
Just a verbal one. That's my best rabbit joke.
Yeah, so coming up next, the next track to play is Seven Deadly Sins. And funny, there was a guy in the chat earlier on that knew you, Metalcock, and he was saying, oh, you guys should support Def Leppard. But it's funny, this track, first time I ever heard it, it sort of had a Def Leppard thing to me. The vocal, the vocal intro. Did you have some sort of effect on it or something? Or?
Yeah, it was kind of...
Yeah,
it's like it's hard to explain it, but the voice of the seven, the first part of the seven, it's kind of flipped around and reverbed, and yeah, it definitely had a Def Leppard kind of buzz to it. That's kind of what we were kind of trying to get. Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
I'll tell nobody. Nobody needs to know.
Joe Elliott lives in Dublin. We'll have him knocking on the door soon. Yo, it's 20 grand, mate.
Here's a sick joke. Did you remove one arm or tie it behind your back just to get that Def Leppard sound?
Oh.
That's bad.
That's terrible.
I can drum just like the guy from Def Leppard with one arm tied behind my back.
Oh, God. It's funny that the boy from Def Leppard is better than Niall at drumming with one arm tied behind his back.
Rick Savage. That's Rick Alloway.
Rick Savage. Yeah, Rick Savage, the bass player.
Yeah, I know. I said Ricky Savage.
Oh, right.
He's about as noisy as a one-handed bass player.
We've actually met Joe a few times and given him a T-shirt and an EP and all, but he never called us. He's like that hot chick you meet in the bar, and she takes your number, but she never calls you. But, yeah, he's a bitch as well. If you want to call us back, Joe, if you're listening, call us. We're waiting for you.
Good going.
Oh yeah, he's producing at the minute, isn't he?
Joe
Elliott, he's like a producer. I think he's going to be doing Ricky Warwick's new album or something.
Fucking doing that for us. I think he's doing stuff for Ricky Warwick. All right, yeah.
Studio based in Dublin.
Yeah, Joe's Garage. That's what he calls it. Yeah, it's cool, but we hope one day that the bands of yesteryear who are still kind of on their last legs will pass the torch and give the newer bands an opportunity and carry the legacy of hard rock before it dies out completely. and all the bands that are knocking around like us, so maybe the bands who are slightly better, dies out and become extinct, because the mainstream now doesn't have any hard rock bands in it. So we're hoping that maybe they'll pass the torch. Bands like Kiss, bands like Van Halen, bands like Def Leppard and Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses, they're all going to be gone and dead in 20 or 30 years. And who's going to be playing rock then? Rock's going to be a figment of people's imagination. It's going to be it's going to be dead. So we hope that one day people like Joe Elliott and John Bon Jovi and Axl Rose and David Lee Roth will pass the torch and start giving the bands a bloody opportunity and putting them on stage before them, instead of bringing along other old wrinklies and having them on as well. Give an opportunity to bands like us, and give an opportunity to bands like Reckless Love and Crash Diet, who are beyond us, who are doing really well for themselves. Hardcore Superstar, probably the best to pick of the bunch, to be honest. You know, hopefully one day when these bands are playing the Wembley stadiums, they can go off and say, "Wait, listen, they're giving an opportunity to a band that are playing the music that made us in the first place." We hope that'll happen one day.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because we've had quite a few bands that have released new albums, bands who were around in the 80s who didn't make it that big at the time. There's obviously a hole somewhere in the market for this type of music, because these guys are recording CDs and coming back. I mean, they're a little bit younger than the Kiss sort of guys.
Yeah.
But they're getting, well, I won't say airplay, but they're coming to the fore. So there's obviously a hole somewhere. And it's like you're saying, that these other guys have got to give you guys a chance, or people like yourselves a chance to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. Like for example, if Andy Price is listening, I think he is, a band like Tiketo, who were an absolute awesome band, but never quite hit the height of like the Bon Jovis or the other bands that was out and around the same time. And you know, they can go and tour and play to a couple of thousand people, you know, and I presume that's what you mean when you're talking about. Is it?
Oh, sorry, I was just reading in the chat room again.
All right.
No, you were talking about Delico Martyr and...
well, there's an example. There's some of the old guys coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, you're more likely to get the opportunity of the smaller guys, like Faster Pussycat, you know, and bands like that.
We're getting some questions up on the picture now. We have Karen Hill says Playboy Bunny, Easter Bunny, no Rock Bunny.
And it's funny, we've had quite a few people on from these older bands who have said the same thing. They're wondering what's going to happen when they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's inevitable. What's going to happen when they're gone if they don't give the opportunity, you know? It's at the end of the day, it's in their hands. It's not in anybody else's.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because the likes of these pop promoters, the likes of the Sonny Carrolls, he's not going to give a fucking rock band a chance. You know what I mean? And nobody like him is going to give a rock band. The charts are gone.
Yeah, one single that lasts a couple of weeks and then it's gone, and so are they.
It's gone forever. The music industry's gone to shit, and we all know it. But the rock community will never die. You know, kids, my kids are going to be listening to rock in 10, 20 years. But who are they going to be listening to? Are they going to be listening to AC/DC and Van Halen and all those old bands? Or are they going to be listening to bands, say, like I'm listening to bands from 20 years ago? Are they going to be listening to bands from 20 years ago? Are they going to be listening to Stone Trigger? Are they going to be listening to Maverick? Are they going to be listening to Reckless Love and Crash Diet and the new wave? Like where does it end? Where does it survive?
Mm-hmm. You could invent a new term, the new wave of British heavy metal.
Yeah, if we were British.
The new wave, yeah.
What's our next track?
Oh yeah, the next track. Sorry, we got sidetracked there, but no, that's a really good point, because we don't know where things are going to go.
No.
But you know, rock-wise, because you don't, you know, in mainstream, if you flick through, for example, the music channels in Sky, even the rock ones, I mean, you don't get all the mainstream rock acts. Even, you know, you wouldn't really get me playing on here that much, apart from the like of Alter Bridge, and because we spoke about Miles Kennedy earlier on. I think that band's awesome, but there's not really a lot of great stuff out there. Well, there is a lot of great stuff, but it's not pushed or promoted by people at the top, which is kind of annoying.
It's funny you should mention Alter Bridge, because I can't see myself in 10 years dragging out some old Alter Bridge tracks. For some reason, I just don't feel that I will be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
I just don't get that feeling. And when you think about it, there's a lot of, well, everyone's still talking about Ronnie, Ronnie James. He was 68 when he died, and that was 4 years ago. Mm. Maybe it's just time to move on. Hey, guys.
Exactly. Yeah. You look at the TV now, and they'll come out with a statement like, "Oh, coming up next, we got Rock Gods, Mumford and Sons," and you just go, "Oh, fuck off!" Is Kings of Leon hard rock now? Is this rock and rally rock stars?
Oh, we have something to say about it.
They say, "Oh, we're not taking a chance on."
It's funny. What's that silly song?
We might get another Axl Rose. We might get another David Lee Roth. From who?
There's that song. Was it 1985 or whatever? Music's still on MTV. I think it was it I mentioned MTV to you, Niall?
Oh, you don't get music on MTV anymore. You get stuff about teenage people having kids in their teens and...
Yeah, the M now in MTV stands for maternity.
I actually remember music being on MTV. Do you too, don't you? Yeah, you turn it on. I remember watching it. It was on at night time. It used to come on midnight, and it was just music all night.
Super rock. The Headbangers Ball.
Yeah, the Headbangers Ball was awesome. I used to love it.
Or Julia Valet.
Or what was her name? Ricky Warwick's wife, Vanessa Warwick. Was it?
Mrs. Warwick.
Yeah, she was a babe.
Vanessa.
She looked exactly like Bret Michaels, but she had boobs.
Who did?
Me.
Did you? Sorry, Ricky, if you're listening.
She was married to Ricky, so I hated it.
Oh, I see. Lynn hated it because she was married to Ricky.
Yeah. Oh, Lynn's got a thing for Ricky Warwick, and if you've ever met Ricky Warwick, just don't tell Lynn.
Shut up!
Okay, well, we'll play our next track anyway, and this is Seven Deadly Sins. Of course, one of the Seven Deadly Sins is the way the music industry is going, and people at the top not caring about rock acts, but...
Is that gluttony? I don't know.
Yeah, gluttony. Simon Cowell, gluttony.
Oh, jeez, don't mention him. You're not allowed to mention him on here. This is Seven Deadly Sins.
Simon Cowell. He's a member.
And we've returned, and Andy has a question for you guys. Of course, Andy, the guys can't see what's going on in the chat because none of them are able to get in. But Andy asks, what would your ultimate support slot and lineup be?
Oh, that's a good question. Too many bands I'd love to actually play with.
Well, for me personally, the band I'd love to open up for would be AC/DC. They are the ultimate kings of rock and roll. I'd give anything to open up for AC/DC. And lineup is in band lineup or is in bands lineup, or who I'd like to play with personally.
Ultimate support and lineup. Possibly. The annoying thing is with a 30-second delay here, so he's it's going to be another few seconds before he hears this. But I'm presuming, Stone, what would your ultimate support slot and lineup be? I guess AC/DC, brilliant answer. I mean, who wouldn't want to play with those guys? It would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kiss would be one of mine.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Kiss would be great.
Yeah, I'd open up for Kiss. It'd be great to open up for your absolute idols. Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses are the two bands that I grew up with. It'd be great to have them on the lineup. So, maybe have,
Yeah, he meant bands on the same bill.
Yeah, we get Bon Jovi opening up the night and get the original members of Guns N' Roses on after that. Then maybe some Van Halen. Some Def Leppard.
Close the show with Stone Sugar.
Yeah, it was Stone Sugar. We'd be on just before AC/DC.
Well, I think you've more chance getting the original AC/DC line-up together than Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, that'd be great. There's a few. I'd love to go back in the time machine and get Tin Lizzy and A couple of other bands to get me all hero Phil in it out to play a gig as well. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be brilliant, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Mick Elliott told me he wants to know if you could duet with any lead singer, who would it be?
Oh, duet. I don't want somebody who's going to show you up.
Somebody suggested Lita Ford.
Yeah. Maybe after the gig, a team up. But ultimate duet. Oh God, such a. I'd love to do it with maybe Axl Rose. I'd have to say. I know we had this thing earlier on, but yeah, I have to say, Tommy would be on stage an hour before him. Yeah. I'd have to do a pre-recording of the song, so when Axl felt like going out and singing it, you could do it.
All they got to do is build the reinforced stage and you're away.
Yeah. Or we could do a time difference. I could start the song in New York and he could pick it up in London with the 5-hour difference.
Yeah. And Andy, your next question will probably lead to a rant, because it would lead to a rant for me, because Slane Castle is not what it was. Andy was saying that Slane Castle 2015 then.
That'd be pretty. It's funny you should say that. I was actually talking to Lord Henry Mount Charles the other day.
Oh.
And Won't saying, yeah, good. And I threw in a bit of Stone Trigger to him, just to put it out there. And we actually talked about previous bands with Bon Jovi gig last year, and I can't believe they had Brezzy supporting Bon Jovi last year. Yeah, what a fucking jip. That's a joke. Yeah, he talked about when Guns N' Roses played there in '92, and he said that the reason Axl wouldn't go on stage that day is because he was talking to his shrink, which I thought was funny. And he says to me, and he talks ever so politely, and he's a lovely gentleman. He says, I actually heard the following year that Axl's shrink himself needed a shrink when he was finished with Axl. That was really, and that's straight from the horse's mouth. But no, Slane isn't what it used to be.
No.
But neither is mainstream rock, so maybe that's a lot to answer for.
And Mick Elliott says Michael Jackson 2 or Freddie Mercury. So.
Well, yeah. Outside the rock, Michael Jackson's my number one idol, and he has been since I was crawling around the floor. And so was Freddie Mercury. So yeah, I'd love to do a duet with those two boys, definitely.
Sweet. Oh, and we've something to play at this point as well. This is Steel Panther, and then we'll be talking about it afterwards.
The band, what's the name?
Stone Trigger.
Ooh, it sounds fucking like a gun.
Sounds like finally we may get to hear some heavy metal.
Right, it sounds like something's going to shoot out, and we of Steel Panther like stuff that shoots out.
Of our own dicks on your face.
Yeah, unless you're a girl. I mean a guy. Holy Judas Priest.
Oh my God.
All right, let's do this.
Stone Trigger. That was a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Original.
But no, it's cool though, because everything comes around, like the 70s and the 80s. Yes. Low D, bro. Fuck yeah. Ripping off 17 girls in a row, huh?
Harmony.
Whoa. You play drums.
Vocals better come in. Okay, we got it.
Wait, chorus at least.
Okay.
Let's give him the chorus.
Chorus.
Here we go. Pre-chorus. Hey, that was like up your alley, dude. Almost. Yeah. Makes me want to go drive my mom's car.
Makes me want to drive your mom's car too, Michael.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo!
Stone Trigger, I just want to applaud you for plugging your guitars into a distortion pedal.
Yes, what a fresh of breath air after those first two songs.
We are definitely a fresh of breath air.
Wow, that was just that was really cool, dude. I really dig the vocals were. They could probably use a little bit of a harmonizer, and some delay,
some chorus.
When you held out that last note, it'd be cool to have a delay trailing off the end
with some reverb.
The drums sounded good. The guitar tone, I got to tell you, dude, it was fucking pretty epic.
Mm-hmm.
And I know guitar tones because I pretty much helped Satchel with his tone. Like him and I figured it all out together, and I know tones. I know frequencies. Like the 6K and the 8K you had in there. Fucking killing. The compression was just fucking. I don't know, dude. And you pick the way I can tell the way you hold it. It's totally traditional, which is awesome. And the tuning with the
traditional as opposed to
non-traditional. It's fucking amazing. And it's great. Is this a single artist or just a band?
Stone Trigger, bro. It's a band.
Wow, dude.
Dude, you think the guy's name is Stone Trigger? That'd be pretty bitchin'.
Michael Stone Trigger.
No, well, Stone would be his first name.
Stone.
Dude, Stone, I love your record. I think it's killer.
Mr. Trigger, great stuff. Thanks for sending your demos, please. If you want to get your demo listened to, send it to us, man. You can put it in the comments below, or you can subscribe and check out the next bands we look at next week.
And that was, of course, a review of the band from Steel Panther. Yeah, so how did that come about, guys?
Tommy and Niall, I think, tested the shit out of him to review our song. And I was in work one night, and someone put up on our Facebook page. So I went into the back, had a listen, and just couldn't believe it that they were reviewing our song. And they were really into it. It's class.
Yeah, we sent them. We didn't pester them, so to speak. But it says post your link below, so I posted it on Twitter or something. Noel, our drummer, did as well. And then we kind of forgot about it, and we kind of resigned to the fact that there was too many applications that we wouldn't get picked as you kind of would. And Jay rang me one day, and he was on such a boner. He was like, "Oh, Steel Panther!"
You would.
Yeah, he was sounding like Justin Hawkins, and he rang me. He's like, "I believe in a thing called love." But and we went. I couldn't believe. At first, I thought he was taking the piss. I thought there was going to be another band called like Stone Figure or something. That was like something similar to us. And then when they actually got around, because the song on before us was Strangle Wank.
Yeah, that's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah. So at first I was like, "Oh, you're taking a piss," because they only ever reviewed one song at a time before that, and I was like, "Oh, they're not going to review us." And then we heard the heartbeat of the intro from the music video.
Yeah.
It's that the MP3 of that song doesn't have a heartbeat in it, and I was like, "Holy God!" And like Stone Trigger came up, rattle your bones. You're like, "Oh, this is awesome." Because like again, there's somebody you look up to, somebody that's making real headway. They might be a piss type band to a lot of people, but they are a band that is literally keeping that genre of heavy metal at the forefront. If anybody's doing it, they're the band that's doing it, and to have a bit of recognition from a band of their stature. Because they're awesome musicians. Forget about when they're singing about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. They're awesome musicians, and they've been like Michael Starr is the lead singer with LA Guns as well, which is another band that I grew up listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear him talking and miming to my song is pretty awesome.
And replicating the best drummer the lead drummer in Stone Trigger.
yeah, he's gone. He's gone home now. He's not here anymore. He realised he left some pornography on his computer, and his mum was going to use it. He had to
God, I left it turned on.
Hey, what happens?
And of course, Rattle Your Bones, that track is from a new forthcoming album, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's from a forthcoming album. Can we say the name of the album yet? Yeah, cool. Yeah, the album's going to be called Black Venom. You heard it here. And that's an exclusive.
Whoa.
Vbnav radio. And that's due out sometime in 2014. Like you said, we want to make sure that it's 100% all killer, no filler. So, we're not in any hurry to release it, but we hope to have it done by the end of the year. And we just want it to be as good as possible. We don't want to just throw any old crap. So we're really happy with what we've done so far, and there's still a bit of work to do, and hopefully we'll hit the target that we want.
Sweet. So we're going to play the track now, and this will be the last
said
track.
You had a strangle wank when you heard the review.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And this will be the...
Actually, you were sounding a bit like the guy from the darkness for a second there too.
Strangle wank. Yeah, we might cover that song actually on the album.
It sounded like you might be able to do when you were getting excited there.
Yeah, well, never say never.
Okay, this is A Rattle Your Bones, and this will be the last Stone Trigger track we play, and the guys will be back one last time to say their cheerios and answer any last questions you have. So if you're in the chat and have any more questions for the guys, let us know during this track. This is Rattle Your Bones. And we're back. And Tommy, Andy's got a question about any forthcoming gigs you have.
Yeah, well, like I was saying before, we're putting a lot of time into trying to get the album as good as we can get it. So albums aren't at the forefront of our priority at the moment, but we still do want to play. We're playing the Rock and Road Festival, which we played last year in May. I think it's the 24th of May. And we've been moved up the main stage Sunday there. So the likes of Baggy and all the lads that organised that has done us a big favour moving us up onto the main stage. So that should be a good gig. I think we're playing the Selbridge Tree Festival. And I think we moved again from the small stage up to the main stage for that one as well. So they're the two that spring to mind. Date wise, you'd have to stay tuned to our Facebook page to find out exactly when them gigs are.
Cool. And anything else you want to plug away?
Yeah, well, just to let everybody know that our EP is available on iTunes. It's cheap as chips, and it's going to a cause to keep a good band from getting from one stage to another. To help finish the album and stuff. Every time somebody buys that, it's digging a band, a hard working band out. It's also available on Big Cartel. We'll post all this on our Facebook afterwards. So we'll post all the links to our EP and other merchandise. And don't forget, we have a competition to win that EP as well. So if you want to go onto the Facebook page, click on the Easter Bunny picture and come up with the best tagline for it, and the best one wins a signed EP.
Any ones you like yet?
I haven't checked them yet. There was a 3 there. There's only 3, so far you got 1 in 3 chance. I'm just going to refresh.
Come on, guys, get off your ass and go to Facebook and get your creative thinking caps on.
I like Stone Piglet, but I think somebody thinks that our bunny looks like a pig. Karen Hill says, what did she say, Jay? Playboy Bunny, Easter Bunny, no, Rock Bunny. I like that one too. Andy Price says, support Stone Trigger or we'll turn up at your house with just these ears and a tail on. You have been warned. Nobody wants to know turn up like that. No, Andy Price. Oh God, Andy. That might be some people's wildest dream.
No worries. Well, it's been a pleasure having you guys anyway.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot for having us, and we always appreciate the radio stations giving a band like us a dig out and giving us some airtime. It's great, and thanks so much.
Well, absolutely. I mean, and you'll stay on the playlist on the rotation anyway between myself and Pete. And,
I'll drop links up on the buy albums section too that you you won't have seen scroll past, but there's a section that scrolls past where you can buy albums. So I'll add you to that as well.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much, Pete, and thanks, Noel, and really appreciate that. And we hope that the people that are listening enjoy our music. And thank you, world. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Rock and roll.
And hopefully we'll see you guys up north sometime soon again as well.
Yeah, we're going to go back with the Belfast. The crowds up there are the best. We love them.
Good stuff. Well, looking forward to it.
I suppose you better put our clothes back on and get back to normal life.
Yeah, get your ears on there, good buddy.
Woohoo!
Okay, thanks, guys. I'm going to finish this section up from going from one great